Hey, all, welcome into another edition of S2S Colorado Live. I'm your host, Manny. Make sure to give me a follow on X at Manny_303 and Instagram at 303_Manny. Catch me on Spotify, Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, Amazon, or any of the other podcast platforms. I'm on every major one, as well as the voice of college football. Make sure any contributions you guys can give to the show as well would be much appreciated. Venmo would be at MannyS2S. But anything you guys could do, just much appreciated. It is not required, but again, it'd be nice, right? So, and then to make sure if you guys right now running an offer through Rebet. So if you click on the link here in the chat, or use the code VOCFBCU when signing up at Rebet, you will get a 100% purchase match up to $100. Also, if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Again, that's 1-800-GAMBLER. So something you're interested in, feel free to check it out. Now, today, what I want to dive into with the show is, it feels great to be coming off a win. Wins, it solves a lot of issues, right? So we'll do Ralphie Report, recruiting, game review, and game balls for today. So game balls that was tough. The defensive side was tough to give a game ball, but we'll dive into that. So first thing, let's start Ralphie Report, right? First thing, obviously, Colorado beat Iowa State in Boulder 24-17 on Friday. Just a well-played game by Colorado. Right, obviously, they could have won by more, but is what it is. No big deal. A win's a win, right? Can't complain too much. They've been hard to come by, especially these close ones for Colorado. And again, they were able to pull it off. So, great news. It was a great game. Folsom, like always, was rocking. Just a great atmosphere there in Boulder. So PFF, if you follow it, Pro Football Focus, London Merritt leads the team in the run defense grade with a 81.5. So again, this is true freshman. London Merritt right now is 81.5, leading all of Colorado in run defense. So just defending the run. Jordan Seaton, if you have not saw this, he leads all college football in pass block grade with 94.7. That is a phenomenal grade. And way it's looking by the end of the year, you're probably looking at him being the number one offensive tackle in the country. And the crazy part is again, is that what we always talk about is he's not able to come out till next year. So he'll be back next year. Again, just fantastic. Really cool stuff. Now our guy, right, I should say, Caden Salter led all quarterbacks in the country in a passing grade from PFF with a 92.0. So 92 flat. That was a phenomenal game by Caden Salter. It didn't start off the prettiest, which we'll talk about a little more, but man, he really turned that thing around mid-game and just looked like a completely different player than we were used to. Completely shocked with that. So just great all-around game by Caden. I mean, hats off. Give him credit where credit's due. Just a great game by Caden Salter. Yes, Chad says, I wish they wouldn't fine the school for rushing the field. I know it is kind of wild though. I did know Chase Soul got into it with the fan after. I think the kid was trying to pull his helmet away or doing something. I don't know what that was. We saw it on the field. I did see it a little bit later. It looked like the kid was trying to get his helmet for some reason. I don't know what that kid was thinking. Just a really, really dumb move on that kid's part. Like, just horrible. And I guess that's probably why they don't want fans rushing the field. But yeah, I don't like finding the schools either. It's a lot of fun, right? That's part of the college game. Let me see. Colorado. One of the things I saw today though was Colorado ranks 11th in the nation with fastest time to pressure in FBS defenses. So on defense, they are one of the quickest schools to get to pressure, to getting pressuring a quarterback. It is and again, this is not like 11th in the Big 12 or on the western part of the country. This is 11th in the entire nation. And the Buffs have 6 sacks, I believe, on the season, which is kind of crazy to think about, right? Like something is going on. Again, those of us that follow it know what it is. That coverage on the back end is not holding up, but you would figure at some point some things are going to have to change a little bit here, right? And they're going to get knocking the quarterback down. But this is just a crazy stat that I saw where I was like, man, how do they only have 6 sacks at this point? So just something to keep our eyes on, something that I wanted to throw out there. Like I said, that Buffs defense, since Georgia Tech, they get pressure on the quarterback. It's getting to the quarterback and having enough time. The guys in coverage need to cover long enough for them to get home. But just something, just kind of wild stat out there, right? Some of these things that come out that we don't expect to see. But anyway, there's some updates. And the fine real quick for rushing the field, I believe it's $50,000, so $50K. Moving on to recruiting. So this was a big weekend in Boulder. So hosted some big time recruits, including Kai Meza, 6'1", 185 pound, 3-star wide receiver. He is at Harriman, Utah. He's a former Minnesota commit that has decommitted. They hosted 4-star wide receiver Christopher Talley, 5'10", 175 pounds, who is currently committed to West Virginia, and 4-star wide receiver Damani Warren that we spoke about on Friday. So, Damani Warren's in the 2027 class. So just one for keep an eye on. This kid can play. Big time playmaker. Again, you land somebody like him, that's just building for the future with Juju. They also had already Colorado commits, but Gavin Mueller was in the house, Rodney Colton, Preston Ashley, DeMonte Tim. So, again, these are all guys that have already committed to Colorado. Preston Ashley was like, I bleed black and gold. My recruitment is shut down. I'm locked in already with Prime. He said something to the effect of he's going to I'm going to help Dion bring a national championship to Colorado. So, he ain't going nowhere. He was there to visit. Again, you love hearing those kind of things out of Preston Ashley and any big time recruit. So just huge news, right? 4-star Gavin Miller, 4-star Rodney Colton, 4-star Preston Ashley, and DeMonte Tim. So again, these are already guys that are Colorado commits. One thing to look at is there are some with the firing of James Franklin. Look for Colorado to start trying to swoop in on those guys. There's been a ton of decommits since yesterday afternoonish, when I guess it was yesterday morning, 11 noon Mountain Time. But look for those guys. Look for Colorado to start swooping in on those guys and trying to land some of those players. They had a 5-star running back decommitted. I can't remember the name. But it sounds like what I'm gathering is Colorado may be in the hunt there. So just watch those guys. And again, as these firings start to take place mid-season, Oklahoma State a couple weeks ago, watch that team as well. There's just a lot of commits out there now that, with the decommitment, Colorado's a team to watch, right? And again, like we talked about, this is where Colorado does their work. So big time recruits coming in, bunch of them getting bunch of players that are going to be out there for Colorado to start swooping in on. So, and again, landing a 5-star running back, that would be huge, right? We start thinking about this offensive line and what Colorado's building, even the recruits that are coming in on the offensive line, right? So we forget Chauncey Gooden's still there, and we got our guy that came in with Julian. Carday Smith, offensive tackle. So you have those two guys already in place there. So these are a big time running back coming in. That'd be huge. You end up with a 5-star, man. So just something for us to keep an eye on. So that should be it for recruiting. Now let's do game review. So I want to jump in just kind of to the flow of the game. So we saw the first drive. Colorado kicks off. Iowa State gets the ball. It is 9 plays, 42 yards. Where Colorado got lucky is they got that 5-yard penalty, started pushing them back, and Iowa State doesn't have a kicker. So, it's a 4th and 17. At that point, it is, from the Colorado 33, you have a kicker that's capable. The kick team comes out, right? Then, so they end up punting it. Colorado gets the ball. Where did they start their drive at? Where was it? At the Colorado 5, so at their own 5-yard line. Michael Welch gets a run. Cam Michael will run, and then Caden Salter throws to Joseph Williams for 6 yards. Again, that's 4th and 3 at your own 12. You got to punt that. So, all right, 3 and out. Cool. Next drive, Iowa State gets it. It's 3 plays for -1 yard. Okay, so that looked good. So it's kind of okay. Now Colorado's going to go put one together here. Excuse me. Colorado gets it. They go 3 plays, 9 yards. Now they go. It's 4th and 1 at their own 22. Again, I'm not. You do punt this. You do punt it at this point, right? Give it back to Iowa State. They go 4 plays for 17 yards. And again, just because there was a penalty. So, again, it is 4 plays. Then we're kind of like, oh, crap, here we go again. Colorado gets the ball because it starts with 2 Caden Salter incomplete passes. And so, or was it 3? Looks like 3 of them. Where are we at? 3rd and 10. So, incomplete. Box score's wrong here. So then they move. Caden Salter breaks off a 24-yard run. That puts them at 1st and 10 at the 47. Let me see. Just jumped in. What's the news on the recruiting trail? Nothing big, just hosting a few. Let me see. Let me jump back to that real quick. They just had some recruits in, as well as Gennaro. They had a couple recruits in. Kai Meza, 6'1", 3-star at wide receiver out of Utah. Christopher Talley was there, one we talked about. He's a 4-star. He is currently committed to West Virginia. He was in the house. And 4-star wide receiver Damani Warren that we talked about, he was in the house. And then we had our, I should say. Then you had 4-star Gavin Mueller. So already Colorado commits. 4-star Rodney Colton, 4-star Preston Ashley, DeMonte Timms. And again, these are all guys that are already committed to Colorado. So just to catch you up real quick. So jump back into this. So Colorado gets it, goes 90 yards for a touchdown. Fantastic, right? And again, this is at the end of the first. They score on the last play of the first quarter. Michael Welch runs for 8 yards. Great drive there. Iowa State gets it, 6 plays, 32 yards, ends up punting. Colorado gets it back. They go 3 plays, 5 yards. Okay, so now this is one where we have 4th and 5. This is not it. So Colorado punts it. Iowa State gets it back, goes downfield, gets a field goal. So it is 8 plays, 50 yards. This is kind of where we start hitting the, I don't want to say panic, but it's kind of like, uh-oh, here we go. This is something bad's about to happen, right? Colorado gets it back, 4 plays, 33 yards. End up punting. Again, there was this is the play. It was in the second quarter with 5:15 left. Caden Salter tries to throw to Quentin Gibson. It was that double reverse, where Amari got lit up in the backfield, and Caden just sailed it. Man, that he had a convoy of blockers. Again, I don't know what it looked like on TV, but we're in the stands, and my wife thought he threw the ball away. I said, no, he's trying to hit Q over there, and they had a convoy of blockers. That one's going for 6. I would 6, or at the minimum, you're getting inside the 10-yard line, but that one's going for a touchdown the other way. So overthrows him there. We start to, again, it gets restless. Iowa State gets the ball, 3 plays, 3 yards. They punt. Colorado gets the ball back, 3 plays, 3 yards. They punt. Is this it right here? Let me see. Yes, I did not like this. So this is 4th and 2. And the Buffs decide to punt here. 4th and 2 at the Iowa State 44. This is, you got to go for it here. So, during this, I looked at my wife and I said, this is one play. You have to be aggressive here. I didn't understand it. We had a couple Iowa State fans in front of us. I was like, you guys are about to go down and get 7 at this point. And he was, they were like, no. I was like, you guys are going to get 7. They pinned him at the 40. He's like, see, that was a good call. I was like, no, you guys haven't watched this team this year. So Buffs punted on 4th and 2, the Iowa State 44. Again, you got to go for these things, right? spent all this money on the portal on offensive linemen, and you don't go for it here, right? And the Buffs, they're running the ball pretty well at this point. So they end up punting it. Iowa State goes 10 plays, 96 yards in 1 minute and 45 seconds. That was frustrating. Colorado gets it, 3 plays, 21 yards. They attempt a 57-yard field goal. Buck Buchanan goes out there and misses it again. That's a tough field goal, right? We know that, even at altitude. So we go into the third quarter, and Buffs get the ball first, right? And man, I was kind of like, all right, you got to get a touchdown here. Lo and behold, Michael Welch gets 3 yards, and then Caden Salter bombs it up to Omarion Miller. There's a breakdown in the secondary with Iowa State. At first, it looked like a bubble screen, a fake bubble screen. I had to pull up my phone, pull up the YouTube TV app just to see what happened. And I looked, and from what the TV angle showed, it didn't look like there was a fake screen, anything. They just forgot to cover the best wide receiver Colorado has. So O goes for 70 yards and a TD wide open, nobody around him. I mean, you could have jogged into the end zone, right? He probably could have moonwalked into the end zone if he wanted to. So Colorado takes the lead 14-10. Now Iowa State gets it. They go 9 plays, 75 yards, and get a touchdown. So it was that sucked. Buffs get it right back. They go 10 plays, 52 yards in 4 minutes and 51 seconds. Q had a huge, 30 yards. He had a huge kick return here. And by the way, I believe Quentin Gibson is 3rd in the country in kickoff return yards, which is phenomenal for a true freshman. Again, this freshman class the Buffs have brought in is absolutely paying dividends. They look like the truth, right? Like unbelievable. So Quentin Gibson returns at 30 yards to the Colorado 48. Buffs go 10 plays, 52 yards. I believe is this 3-yard touchdown pass to Joseph Williams. This is one that Caden finds him in the back of the end zone and like perfect throw, layered it right over the linebacker. I think it was the linebacker DB, outstretched hand, layers it right over him. Perfectly placed, cannot place it any more perfect than that. That was phenomenal. Now, Iowa State gets the ball back and is a hell of a job there by Joseph Williams getting his foot down. So now we're 21-17. Was it the first half? Humble Texan says, was it the first half quarter where Jordan Seaton was the leading blocker on the rushing touchdown? Oh, man, I cannot remember, but it had to have been the first. Yeah, it had to have been the first half. But that touchdown run was you had Jordan Seaton pulling, you could almost tell the Iowa State players didn't want any part of that on that pull. But that was it's just, and that just goes to show Jordan Seaton how athletic he is, and the type of player he is. Like this dude, again, he can go play in the NFL. He would be a top 10 pick this year. He is such a good offensive tackle. So jump back into this fourth quarter. Colorado's up 21-17. Iowa State goes down the field, 11 plays, 68 yards. Now, this is where you've seen the interception happen. Now, Taufik Bayard, he had a cast on his hand. Unreal interception there. Had the cast on his hand. Just a phenomenal catch. He catches that thing, takes off to the other way. Now, there was a picked up flag in the end zone. I don't really know how you score that one, though. Like, it is the ball never got there. I don't know. Again, sometimes the calls break your way. It looked like a PI, right? Like, again, is what it is, right? Flag was picked up. Don't care. They picked the flag up. Typically, it's the other way around where Colorado, that's PI, and it didn't matter if it was over their head or whatever it was. That's what it felt like against BYU anyway. So Colorado gets it, go 9 plays, 25 yards. They end up punting again. Iowa State gets the ball back, 4 plays, 9 yards. This is a turnover on downs, which was stupid. They go for it on 4th and 1 at their own 18. That was unbelievable. Like, I don't know what you're thinking at that point. Like, you punt the ball, because this essentially – Colorado gets a touchdown there, which they didn't. the game's over just on that dumb decision. And the Buffs, this is that killer instinct piece that we have to talk about is you got to go get 6 there. Like, again, I know it's a field goal, but you let them hang around. Luckily, it didn't come back to bite him in the ass, but you gotta go get 6 there. You gotta go get a touchdown there, put that thing out of reach. But Colorado gets 4 plays, 7 yards, and they get a field goal, 24-17. So Iowa State gets the ball back. They go 4 plays, 28 yards. It is 4th and 8. And now Iowa State punts it from their own 47, trying to pin them. Colorado gets it and eats the clock. And again, one hell of a throw by Caden Salter. He finds, Joseph Williams for 38 yards on 3rd and 16. Like, you can't draw that up any better. He layers it again right in between where you have your backers and your deep safeties. He layered that thing, Joseph Williams. And again, this dude is that dude will go up and get the football, just athletic as can be. Goes up and gets it, and then you get in victory formation. And that's the game, 24-17. So, just a real quick summary on it. But, man, what a hell of a game by the Buffs. Way to close that thing out on that last drive, that 3rd and 16. I honestly thought they were going to run the football there. They didn't. And, kudos to them for being aggressive at this point, right? Like, that was a great play call. Great play call. Chad says, yeah, Taufeeq gets a game ball, in my opinion. That's crazy with the cast on. Not only that, though, and we're going to dive into that, how many tackles did he have? I had it up here in a second. But the tackles that he had was where are we at with them? Tackles. Let me see if I can find it real quick. But his tackles, he's been leading the team in tackles. Again, not the biggest fan of it. So he had 7 total tackles. And Jeremiah Brown, which, again, someone that we need to talk about, led the team in tackles. Just insane. Like, just insane what Taufeeq Bayard has brought to the team. He is the leader on the defense right now, right? He is absolutely 110% worth the transfer, whatever it is they paid him, but love having him on the team. Now, what was CU doing on that punt by Iowa State where they had no one in the backfield? I have no idea. They just felt it is. So this is that punt. Where were we at? That punt, the last punt of the game. Iowa State punted in Colorado. For some reason, didn't have a returner. It's like, you guys are trying to get pinned again. Luckily, the punter missed it. I don't know. Didn't put enough on it, but there was not a lot there. It was really stupid in my. I don't like that. Again, there's a way to run a punt coverage, a punt safe man, whatever it is you want to call. But you can't just keep getting pinned like that. Like, you can't keep doing that. You got to put a little bit of pressure on the kicker, the special teams unit. I just don't like that. I don't like that look, and maybe that's something they need to work on during this bye week is punt return safe, right? Everybody knows their responsibilities. And just keep working on it. But you can't continue to let teams punt at the end of the game with nobody there. And again, they go for it on that 4th and 7 or whatever it was, and they get it, whatever. But again, like, if they want to go for it, let them go for it. Run your punt return safe, man, and go from there. So just I thought that was pretty ridiculous, though. They got to stop doing that, though. So now we game balls. So let's move to that. So game balls, I think we talked about this last time, but game balls are only going to be given on weeks where the Buffs win, right? You don't give game balls out on losses. So game balls this week, right? We haven't done this since the Wyoming game, which feels like way too long ago. So let's talk a little bit about game balls. Offense. I don't think there's anywhere else to go but Caden Salter. 16 for 25, 255 yards, 2 touchdowns, 88.1 QBR. And again, this is the ESPN one, but that's a phenomenal game. Again, he led all quarterbacks this week in FBS at PFF with a 92 grade. Big reason why Colorado looked the way they did. And again, the hope is Caden Salter is now comfortable with this offense, understands what it takes to get this done as the quarterback at Colorado or in a Power 5 school, whatever you want to call it. But at Colorado, though, again, you got to be able to still throw the football. And again, part of it is Pat Shurmur needs to dial up those deep shots because Caden Salter has a beautiful deep ball. So again, just a phenomenal day by Caden Salter. By far his best day as a Colorado Buffalo. It is not even close. There was a couple plays early in the game. Outside of that, though, man, that dude played his ass off. So game ball to Caden Salter on offense. Defense. Now, this was tough. Holy cow, this was tough. I liked having – so I was thinking London Merritt. That dude is playing his ass off. That young man just balling out of control right now. I also thought one that not talked about, Jeremiah Brown led the team in tackles. So he has solidified himself as the starting linebacker, the linebacker in the room. So we could have went that way. And then one that wasn't really talked about, though, Isaiah Yates. I mean, he was sticky all day long in coverage. Looks like they found their other outside corner at this point. So would be happy to not see a couple other guys out there at this point or until they're ready to go again. Hopefully RJ Johnson gets back. But, man, they found something in Isaiah Yates at this point because that dude played his ass off. He was sticky in coverage, doing what he needed to do. Even not whiffing a ton, or if he's there, kind of getting there, slowing him down till the rest of the gang could get there to gang tackle. But, man, he played great. I was impressed by him. So, but ultimately I settled on Tawfiq Byard. I don't know how you go anywhere else. Interception with a cast on, 7 total tackles. I mean, I don't know how you go anybody else but Tawfiq Byard. He is he's the alpha on the defense now, right? Like we can all agree on that. But just really, really happy for him. He's balling out. I believe, where did I see? He scored the highest grade. I think it was like an 83 for the Buffs. He was the highest scoring defensive Buff. But man, he's playing out of his mind. So I'm happy he's a Buff. Hopefully this continues. Hopefully his hand can heal up. Again, I don't know what essentially happened when you're playing with the cast. Something's broken probably, and just a dog, right? I don't know if he has a leader or L or D on him, but man, that dude is a dog, though. You play with a broken hand and get an interception, like you're a dog. You are a dog. That's the alpha on that defense. Special teams player, I put Quentin Gibson. Man, that dude is he's so close to breaking one. It is just a matter of time before Quentin Gibson takes one to the house. Really happy with what he's doing. And again, even on those screens, he is like one tackle, one miss away, and he's about to break a big play soon. And hopefully it's at Utah and he can break a couple because they'll need it at Utah. But Quentin Gibson, number 15, he's close. He's close. So I'm again just happy with him. That kid's only going to get better and better, and so far he's only gotten better and better. And then freshman of the week, London Merritt. First start this week. And he just looks, gosh, I still can't believe he's a true freshman. The way he is playing. And again, I don't know if Artem Walker gets his starting position back. And I love Artem Walker. He was my pick to lead the team in sacks, but I don't know. I don't know if you get your starting spot back, and sometimes that's the way it rolls. But London Merritt, the way he is playing, lights out right now. Just lights out. Him and Alex McPherson, they look like those two are on a different level. But London Merritt, just big things for him moving forward. Really excited for him and Alex McPherson on the edges for Colorado. In the next couple years, they're gonna have to figure out how to keep those two, right? And again, it's we'll see. And again, part of the there is only one transfer portal now. I did see it. It's January 2nd through 15th. And there's only going to be one. So they got to keep them through, get them more burn, keep getting them out there. But, man, London Merritt, that I was going to get an Alex McPherson, but I think the next jersey is a London Merritt. So God dang, he's a baller though. So it's offense, Caden Salter; defense, Tawfiq Byers; special teams, Quentin Gibson; freshman of the week, London Merritt. But all around, this is a phenomenal win for the Buffs. Everybody did their part, forced a turnover. I mean, you can't ask for a lot more than that. And again, I think they found something with Isaiah Yates at the other corner, the other outside corner. But man, not a lot to complain about, right? Yeah, we could have won by more, woulda, coulda, shoulda, whatever. This is football, man. These games are going to be close. These games are going to be tough. In Colorado right now, they just have to start stringing some things together here. So we'll see what this bye week holds. The hope, the best thing that the bye week brings is getting some players back, getting them healthy. But that's it was just it was finally great to get a win. 3-4 on the season, going to Utah. Again, I did see Utah beat Arizona State. Sam Levitt did not play, but it is something. Utah's this is tough. So 2 weeks. So they have this week off. And again, you get some guys healthy. You have Caden Salter playing some good football heading into this game. A week to maybe, come up with a couple different plays. I mean, hopefully they go in there and beat Utah. We'll see how I feel about it, next week at this time. But this bye couldn't have come at a better time for Colorado. You go into the bye with the win is huge. And, just kind of give you an update on where things stand in the Big 12. Again, I don't think the Buffs I don't think that's a realistic thing to win the Big 12, obviously. It would be fun to make it it'd be great to make it interesting, right, and be at the top. But, again, that would require winning out. I don't know if they got that in them. But you have, at the top, BYU, Texas Tech, Cincinnati. Those are, a three-way tie at the beginning or at the top of it. Your next tier, Houston, Utah, Arizona State, Baylor, all tied for second at 2-1. Your 2-2 teams include Iowa State, Kansas State, and your 1-2 teams are Arizona, TCU, Colorado. Next tier that have no Big 12 wins is UCF, West Virginia, and Oklahoma State. On the docket for the Buffs moving forward, though, so they have a bye week, and then they go to Salt Lake City, which is, again, that's going to be a tough game. You go to Utah, they'll be ranked. It's a 8:15 kickoff. So thankfully that one's not at home that we don't have to go to. I hate those. I hate that 8:15 kickoff game. It's just too late. It's too late. Then they get Arizona, who's right after that. They get Arizona, who is they're coming off a big win as well. They look better than they did last year. So that one's not a gimme either. So you go at Utah, October 25th, Arizona. So at home versus Arizona, November 1st. November 8th, they go to Morgantown. They get a bye week again. They get Arizona State November 22nd in Boulder. And then to wrap things up, they go at Kansas State. So, again, just kind of interesting to see. I need to start looking a little bit ahead and see with the Big 12 standings. The hope, right, is that these three schools at the top play each other. I don't know. So hopefully, you check. That would be great if Texas Tech, Cincinnati, and BYU all played each other, right? There'd be a loss there. Let me see Texas Tech's schedule. Texas Tech's a whole different animal, though. That is, yeah. So Texas Tech they go to Arizona State. They get BYU. But that's it. So BYU at Texas Tech. So you have a loss there. And BYU, man, they are a weird team this year. Like they fall behind and they just play to the competition. But they have a big one. Yeah, there it is in Provo, Utah at BYU. Big in-state rival there. It's crazy though. So that is big game there. BYU then goes to Texas Tech. So BYU does play at Cincinnati November 22nd. These teams got to start falling off a little bit. And again, it sucks to always need help. And again, the Buffs have to run the table for this to even have a shot. Again, I don't know if that's the case. I don't even know if that's possible. I don't want to set anybody up for that. But it would be cool if they did run the table. I mean, you would see me jumping for joy. Even now, part of me wants to go to the game at Salt Lake City. I think it's about a 10-hour drive from like the Denver area, but I don't know if I want to go to that, though. That's a tough place to play. And, like, of all places to go, I don't know if I really want to go to Salt Lake City. I always prefer to go to, like, Texas. It's warm there right now. I think today was it was about 58 degrees today, rainy. It was cold. So we're starting to get into that fall weather here in Colorado now. But, Arizona who did they beat? I wanted to see. They got close to beating BYU. It was 33-27 in OT. So, again, they're no walk in the park, though. So, Humble Texan says, I did not see Iowa State as a win, and I did not see Arizona being 4-2 or whatever they are. I'm not taking any more predictions. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard, and I think what I want to bring to the show moving forward is every week on Friday, I'm going to start diving into the Big 12 slate and picking winners, and would love to have all of your guys' predictions on how you feel it's going to go, how the slate's going to shake up. But I do think Texas Tech runs the table. I do think they're going to be playing in the Big 12 title game. And again, I don't know who that other team is. But whomever it is, they're going to take it to them. Texas Tech's a different animal this year. Their defensive front, holy shit. Like, God, Texas Tech's a whole different thing. I predicted them, like, I think I said, like, best money can buy 8 wins or something. Yeah, completely wrong there. Texas Tech is that's my I think they might even win a playoff game this year. They're fast everywhere. They can get pressure. They have 2 quarterbacks right there. Their other quarterback can run. So I think Texas Tech wins the Big 12, and I do think they win a playoff game. I do think they get a first-round bye as well. That's just how high I am on Texas Tech right now. So just something to keep our eyes on. But, man, Buffs are not out of it. They do have to they got to win out at this point. And, again, that's just to give them a shot to get into that Big 12 title game. Again, you get into that Big 12, these teams start beating up on each other. Great, let them. But the Buffs, now they're almost – where are we at with it? I was just looking at this, but they're almost – I don't want to say they're in the clear, but, man, they've had I believe at the beginning of the year, they've had one of the toughest schedules in college football. But I don't want to quote that. Yeah, that Chad says that Rodriguez character is fun to watch. Yeah, he's a freaking monster. Their linebacker, man, he's phenomenal. I wish he played for the Buffs, right? You have him and Jeremiah Brown. Holy shit, right? But yeah, I like watching him too. He's one of my favorite players to watch. The linebacker position, Glasker from BYU, I love to watch. And what's our other guy's name? Number 17 from BYU. We talked about him a couple weeks back. But I love watching those two play there. Is it Jack Kelly? Maybe. But those two, I love watching those 3 linebackers play. They're a lot of fun. But yeah, Colorado. So the tough part of the schedule, right? They had BYU, at TCU, Iowa State. Now they have Utah, right? A rough string. They're almost in that clear. Can take it eases up. Arizona, at West Virginia, Arizona State, and at Kansas State. So again, they're almost through that tough part. This Colorado team, I saw some, I can't remember who it was that posted. Was it RG3, I think, was saying, like, this Colorado team is not what their record indicates that they are. They've had a brutal schedule. And again, right, the Buffs have. They have, and hopefully they can string together some wins here, get healthy over the bye week, and then get ready to go and put it on Utah next week and go there and beat them in Salt Lake City. That'd be awesome. Again, we'll talk about the keys, but Devin Dampier, he can't roam wild on this Buffs team. So, and we'll dive more into that next week. But with that being said, what we have moving forward the rest of the week. So Wednesday with the bye week, we will not have a show on Wednesdays. And I think moving forward on Wednesdays, we just won't do that. It'll be a Monday, Friday kind of thing, unless some big news breaks on anytime throughout the week. We'll go live at that point. But we'll dive into that a little more. Wednesday, we'll see next Wednesday, or how to get somebody on. Maybe we can just pre-record a show and have somebody from Utah come on. I've not reached out to anybody yet. I'll I'll start working on that. I love doing that game preview, meeting new people. But yeah, let's just I will. So again, the show will not be on Wednesdays. Again, it does kick off later. The show does start later. Just I have football practice with my son, so it doesn't start till later, and it's just too late at that point. So I'll be back Friday, 6 p.m. Mountain Time. Again, I do appreciate you all. Without you, there is no show. Again, this show is growing. There should be a super chat option. I don't think there is yet. I need to get on that a little bit. But we should have the super chat option. When I started the show, we were about at 1,000 views, 1,000 hour views. We are up to 3.2, 3.3. So again, I just appreciate every single one of you guys. This is fun, something I love to do. Goal when I first took over was 4,000. So we're just about there. The subscribers are growing every day. So you could share the channel out to whomever, retweet it out, like it, subscribe. Just appreciate you guys a ton. Make sure to follow me on X at Manny_303, Instagram at 303_Manny. You can catch me on any major podcast platform. Any contributions, again, not required, but Venmo is at Manny S2S. And then last thing, again, I know we talked about this, but at Rebet, you guys use this link to sign up, that would be great if that's something you want to do, or use the code VOCFBCU. Again, both are now in the chat. And again, you get 100% purchase match up to $100. And if you or somebody has a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. Again, that's 1-800-GAMBLER. But really do appreciate the show. Appreciate each and every single one of you. We will catch you guys on Friday, or if any major news breaks at this within the week, right? I expect it to be a quiet week this week. So, but until Friday, as always, like Heisman Trophy winning Travis Hunter said, "Go Buffs, baby!" All right, have a great week. We'll catch you guys on Friday.